Gadget World for the best technical advice.
Hello and welcome to Gadget World, your one-stop destination for the best technical advice. In the recent past, we have been seeing a lot of people spending a lot of money on gadgets, specifically saying people are putting in a lot of money into mobile phones and smartwatches and gadgets. And recently, we have also seen people spending a lot of money on electronic cycles, because electronic cycles not only take you from point A to point B, but it also saves you a lot of money in terms of your fuel consumption charges, and it also keeps you healthy. And in the past, we have seen a lot of products coming into the market in the last 1 or 2 years, and these products consist of a lot of Chinese rip-offs, which are not exactly the best quality products, but they come under cheap prices. And we have also seen Indian companies like Hero trying to get into the market with more pricier options. But recently, very recently, there have been really good players that are coming into the market with really good products. And when you talk about electronic cycles, there are 3 different kinds of electronic cycles mainly. There are this commuting cycle, which doesn't look very good, but which are unisex, which can be used by both men and women equally. But they look very boring and it's very expensive, and you won't get the actual service for it. Then you also have this kind of racing kind of cycles, which are route cycles, which can be charged and the batteries can be swapped. And then we have another different category, which are the fat bikes. This fat bike comes with very big fat tires, which almost is reminiscent to the motorcycles, which not only gives you a feel of driving a motorcycle, but which gives you a better battery, which gives you better mileage, and which almost can be taken on any surface, starting from roads to off-roading and to any kind of other surfaces as well. So that is one of the reasons why we have been very focused on trying to find out which are the best fat bikes around in the market. And we are very proud to introduce you the very interesting fat bike that recently came to the market, the Electron M5X. Hi friends, we have the Electron M5X packed into the back of this car, and it has come in a very giant box which has literally consumed the entire back portion of the car. And I have here with me my friend Jay Kumar, who has bought this fat bike for us, and without further ado, we'll quickly go ahead and unbox it and set it up for you. Let's go. So we have 2 giant boxes here. I don't think I'll be able to take it out myself, so I probably need your help. And this looks like it's a helmet, a smaller box. I guess keep it aside and let's try to take it outside. But the feel of it looks like it weighs around somewhere around 30 kg. So we have here this huge box, literally as big as the size of a coffin, and it's mentioned that this side is up, so we have kept it in this position, and I'll ask JK to do the honors by unboxing it and helping us with that. So we'll quickly go ahead and unbox it. Okay, I'm curious to see what is inside. And the box has welcomed us with this huge giant fat tires, and it looks pretty solid and beautiful, and it also has a disc brake attached to it. So we have the first wheel coming out. I have this metal part. I thought initially it's a mudguard, but it looks like a carrier. We'll keep it aside, and we have smaller pouches coming in. Might be some electronic parts or chargers or batteries. Let's see. Now we finally have the mud flaps, and it's in plastic, and I literally feel like a kid opening a birthday present. We have a wider seats with it. Now we also have a bag wrapped in this plastic. It looks like a bag that can be attached to the frame of the bicycle. So we'll see what it is. We have smaller parts coming in. Get rid of all the wrapping stuff. Now I must say the packaging is decent. It has traveled all the way, and we haven't seen any dents or any damages so far. And now we are taking out the main part, which is the frame itself. Even though it looks a kind of heavy, it's not that heavy. Altogether it weighs around 28 kilograms and almost looks and feels like a motorcycle. Let's see. Okay. Another interesting thing is that it comes beautifully packed in all this foam around. So just to ensure that there won't be any scratches or dents in the metal parts. So first we need to get rid of all the foam, all the cable ties, and then we'll go ahead and assemble it. So we have detached the handle, which was tightly packed onto the frame, and it looks like the handle. And apparently I can't take it out completely because there are wires attached to it. As you can see, the handle is already set up. So we have all the switch gear, the ignition key, the display, and the buttons all attached to it. So all we need to do is to get rid of all the nuts and bolts here and attach it back to it. And for that I need to find the toolbox. The toolbox should be here somewhere. I think this one is the toolbox. It's good to see that we have all the required tools here, including the spanners and Allen keys and all the nuts and bolts. And it's not rocket science, so anybody with a basic understanding of any machine can put it together. And that's why I'm very confident that now that within another 10 or 15 minutes we'll be able to put it together and get it rolling. And before putting it together, let's unwrap all the remaining boxes so that we don't face any glitches while putting it together. So I think Jake, you can help me with this. So this clearly is a bag which also has a waterproof mobile carrier attached to it, and it feels premium also. It's not like a cheap device. It's just like the brand, it's a premium bag that we are getting. We've got another two important parts, which are the pedals. And even though it kind of looks like plastic, it is hard metal, so which means that the durability can be great. It can last up for ages or maybe 10 or 20 years. You won't have the need to change the pedals in at least a few years time because it is pure metal. Getting rid of all the wrapping, which is strong, and the seat looks also very neat, and it has a separate stitching attached to it, and it looks and feels premium. And it also comes with an LED light at the back, which I think will blink. We'll see it once we put it together. The seat that we have got here is as feature loaded as it can get, because it's not a normal seat. It comes with a spring loaded mechanism, so it has a shock absorber attached to it. Now we are opening the last box in the pack, and it looks like it's a very important component. It might be the battery or the charger. I think the battery is already inside the frame, so this could be the charger. Yes, it is the charger itself. So as you can see, it's a pretty big charger. Let me take it out of the car. So it's a 230 volt charger with a 3 ampere output current, and it comes with the standard normal wall socket plug. So we don't have to use any adapter for it, and they have made it for the Indian consumers itself. Now we can go and unwrap the mudguards. I think Jakin can help me with that. So it's a pretty big mud flap when compared to normal bicycles, because this is a fat bike, and for fat tires we need fatter mud flaps. So inside the box we have 3 parts of this similar mud guards, and on the front we will add 2 of them, and on the rear we'll fix this 1 unit. And this is the last part that we are unwrapping, and it's a metal carrier that you can fix at the rear. Although very small, this is a very useful and practically utility oriented part which comes inside the box. We are unwrapping this final box, and it is another very interesting part. So this is a helmet, and it also comes packed along with the bike itself, and surprisingly it's a very good helmet, and it's in the same color of the frame, so you have a matching helmet with the same graphics attached to it, which is kind of cool when you start riding it. So before unwrapping this frame, what we have noticed is that this handlebar, this beautiful handlebar, is already attached to the frame using all these cables. So we thought we'll first quickly fix this first before we unwrap the rest of the bicycle. So we have taken the Allen keys, and it's a very simple mechanism. You just need to remove all the 4 nuts and screws from here, attach it, and the handlebar is all set. One good thing is that it comes with this very nice gear shifter and a leather wrapped handlebar, which is a good thing to have, so that you don't have to search the market and get this comfortable grips. And it is a hand stitched premium leather handle that you get along with the gear shifters. So we are attaching the handle, and it's fairly a simple process. All you need to do is to make sure that we are attaching it in the middle, or else you can anyway loosen it up and put it back to position anytime you want. You can very well do it alone also, but since I have JK with me, so I just need to hold it here, and he's helping me out by putting this knobs together. You can move around and check if we have placed it in the exact center position. Yeah, this handlebar is all set, and it's almost in the center position. Now we'll do another interesting job, that is to unwrap all the frame part, which will expose its branding and probably the compartment which holds the battery. As you can see, it has a huge electron branding over here, and it has a power button here and a battery charge indicator LED notification light here. We have the last set of bubble wrap over here, just covering the front forks, and now we can see that it has a decent set of shock absorbers in the front, which is normally available in any off-road bikes that you see. So we have finally unwrapped the LED headlight, which has 4 powerful LEDs attached to it, and hopefully it also has an adjustment to it. So you don't have any physical switches here. The control of the headlight should be from this console that we have on the handle. Okay. So we have successfully unwrapped the whole bike, and this is how it looks. Now we'll go ahead and put all the other parts together, starting with the carrier. So this is how the carrier is going to be positioned itself, and above it we can fix a seat, and it comes with a fairly easy mechanism. You don't have to use any screws or spanners. It comes with a lever mechanism. You just need to open the lever and put the seat together. So I'm attaching the carrier to the seat, and this is how it's going to look like. So I'm closing the lever. Now the seat is fixed, and now we are using the Allen keys to fix the carrier. Now the seat is fixed, and the shock absorber function that comes with the seat is also functioning pretty nicely. Now we are going to fix the most important part of this whole setup, which is the massive wheel itself. So either we can keep it upside down and fix it, or since I have JK with me, I'll take his help to fix it without putting it upside down. So one thing you need to be cautious about while setting up this monster is that when you fix the wheel, the disc should always be on the left side. This is to ensure that the cable that goes to the disc is connected properly, and also make sure that the disc gets positioned in between the disc plates. So right now we have positioned it perfectly, and we just need to put in 2 nuts to fix it together, and we are almost good to go. So there are the small washers that you need to be put in position. You just need to put it here in the position, and then add this small nut. It is as simple as that, which means that if you want to rip it apart also, you just need to go through the same process. You don't have to take too much effort. It's only a matter of a nut and a small washer. And this is the biggest of the spanners that we got with this particular toolbox, and of course it is there to fix this wheel. Yeah, it's pretty tight. You can do on the other side. Now we are almost at the end of the assembling process. We just need to add in the mudguards and the pedals, and then we are all set to ride. So these are the front mudguards. It's put together. So these normally comes in two different pieces. We have put it together, and we just need to fix it here with the help of another nut. So let me say it's the other way around. Okay. Now the mudguard needs to be connected to this particular attachment over here, and we'll also connect the headlamp to the same attachment, and then it's pretty much done. Now we have fixed a two-piece front mudguard, and we have another remaining part, which is the last piece, which is a rear mudguard. And as you might guess, we don't need to remove this lever and get rid of the seats to get it fixed. It comes with a soft plastic mechanism. We can simply fix it like this, but the only drawback is that you won't be able to use the tools that came in the kit. We have to get an additional screwdriver to get it fixed, and we still don't know why they haven't provided the screwdriver with the kit. So, and we just need one more ingredient to it, which is a very important thing, which are the pedals. Simple screw mechanism, and it is written right over here, and the other pedal has a left marking on it. So ensure that you put the right pedals to the attachment. Now we also have this very useful accessory that came inside the box. It's basically a bag which can hold things and also take care of your mobile. So let's say if you're going for a long ride and you put Google Maps and some navigation on, this your mobile can fit in easily into it. And it's a waterproof bag. It's a IP64 certified, which means that even while it rains, things are taken care of. Now we have put the bike together and it looks pretty awesome. But the only thing I am concerned about is the seat height, and it looks a bit tall for a person of my height. My height is 5 feet at 8 inches. So without further ado, I will try sitting on it, and if it's tall enough, if my foot are not reaching on the ground, we will try reducing the height. So let me give it a try. So clearly the seat is on the higher side. If I try to sit on it, it's a bit hard, and I think the culprit here is this carrier that came within the box. This is an option that you can take out. So what I'll be doing is I'll get rid of the carrier for a moment, and I'll reduce the seat height so that it's perfectly suits my kind of height, a person of around more than 5 feet 8 inches. And we are also taking some additional measures to reduce the seat height. So what we'll do is that instead of fixing the mudguard here, we are planning on fixing it here. So this has considerably reduced the seat height. Now I think this is almost in my riding position right now, so that I can ride comfortably. So let's get going. So we'll think about having a ride right now. So I'm pretty excited to ride this for the first time, and I think this is going to be a different experience because this is the first time I think I'm riding a motorized bicycle with jumbo tires. What you see here is a battery compartment. It comes equipped with a 36 volt 13Ah battery, which can give you a mileage of 70 km in the throttle mode, and if you're using the pedal assist mode, it can take you up to more than 100 kilometers. And it comes with a very sleek battery when compared to the other competitors in the market, and this is a part of the frame itself. Another thing is that it's not inside the frame. There is an option to detach it. Let's say if you want to replace the battery at some point of time, you just need to add the key and remove it, and then you can add another battery. It helps you take this battery pack off, which weighs around 5 kg. It's a 13Ah battery which can be easily charged. Either you can charge it along with the bicycle, or you can take it inside your home and attach the same charger to it and charge it overnight. So ideally, which essentially means that you don't need to take the bike inside your home or near to the plug socket. You just need to remove it, and you just need to put it in the charger. So this fat bike comes with 3 different modes. So it has a throttle mode which will help you ride the bicycle by simply pulling the throttle, just like you ride any normal ungeared scooter. Then you have the pedal assist mode, which is a combination of both. That's why we call this as a hybrid bicycle. So when you put the pedal assist mode, you can still pedal around and the motor will do the assistance for you, and it will give you a little bit of exercise, and it will take you to longer places. And it also has a normal manual mode, just like any other bicycle where you ride it, but it will take more time. So this bike comes equipped with a 250 watt power motor, which is capable of taking this bike to 45 km per hour, which is a decent speed for a bike of this category. But when you take it off right from the box, the factory fitted motor, it's locked at 25 km per hour. But there is a small hack that you can do to unlock all the capacity of this bike, and you can very well cruise it around 45 km per hour. So what are my first impressions after the ride? So one thing I have noticed is that this is pretty comfortable. It comes with a very wider seat, and you don't have to buy a separate cushion for it because it's ergonomically designed, and it is be comfortable for both men and women. And when you talk about riding possibilities of women and girls, as you can see is that it has come up with a very unisex kind of a frame, which is low enough to enable any girl to ride this very comfortably. So as you can, it's not a men's bike. It can be driven by both men, women and girls equally. One of the other good things about this bike is that it comes equipped with the Shimano Altis gear. If you look at any geared cycles that you get in India, most of them come equipped with the Shimano gear. But it is very rarely that you get Shimano Altis gear, because it's one of the premium models that is produced by Shimano, and it will ensure that even if you just have a 7-gear setup, it will ensure that you don't have to take too much effort to ride it. And from my experience, from whatever I have ridden, it is one of the smoothest I have ridden so far. So if you wish to nitpick and look at the shortcomings of this bike, I would say that the mudguard that has come inside the box is not capable enough to keep all the dirt on the ground. So if you are in a place where it rains heavily, you should either get a better mudguards, or you should manually make one to ensure that the dirt or the water doesn't flow on your back. That is one disadvantage that we found with this bike. And while checking on the accessories, we also found out that we don't have a better mudguard that comes along with this bike. So you need to either go and get another one from the market, or you will have to make it for yourself. Although it is an advantage to have this leather grips installed on this bicycle out of the box, but still it takes away the option to have an additional mirrors attached to it, which means that you won't be able to add any mirrors at the end of the bar. You will have to get mirrors, the manual normal boring mirrors that can be fixed on the middle of the bar, which is again a disadvantage. Another disadvantage is that it comes with a single side stand, which gives me a feeling that it will fall down anytime. But for a bike which is weighing around 28 kgs, there should have been an option to add a center stand to it, which apparently we don't have that option till now. We might be able to add some center stand, aftermarket center stand which belongs to some other bicycle, but we don't have a center stand which is purely designed for this particular bike. So that was a quick unboxing and overview of the Electron M5X fat bike. And from our first impressions, this is a good option in that price point, but we can't literally say that this is one of the best options available in the market right now, because the market is in a very early stage right now, and we have been seeing a lot of products coming into the market. So we'll keep a close eye on the market to see what are the other products coming into the market, and we'll be also reviewing more electronic bikes for your understanding to and help you make a decision to buy a new electronics bike. So we'll see you in the next episode. Till then, bye bye.
Gadget World, for the best technical advice.